I'm Kelly.
And I'm Caitlin.
Day 2 of 30 and 30. Was that dramatic? Day 2 of 30 and 30. Elephant ears! You can follow along on the recipe at cookingwithcaitlin.com, but it's super easy. You'll probably remember it.
Okay, our goal is to keep these as short and sweet as humanly possible and to get you in the kitchen. So here we go. Elephant ears. This is our go-to get better, we love you, thank you for all you're doing gift. Elephant ears. Puff pastry. You can get it in the frozen food section, usually top shelf with the ingredient kind of portion of the frozen food section. It usually comes 2 sheets per box. So for this recipe, you can do 1 or both, depending on how many people you want to say thank you to. You just buy the puff pastry, thaw it out, unroll it, preheat the oven to 400 degrees, or whatever the instructions say on the box of the puff pastry. There you go. It's beautiful. Then sprinkle with sugar. Just like this. It doesn't even matter your hand gestures. Approximately 1/4 cup, but as little or as much as you like that.
1/4 cup is perfectly fine though.
Yes.
I haven't measured, I make these so often, and I haven't measured it in
You just make sure
years.
you do this hand gesture and
And
then
cover
you
the
cover
dough.
Okay, and then classically, I like to do cinnamon. But when it's fall time, I like to do pumpkin pie spice. That's delicious. It has nutmeg and all the other warming spices, like clove even in it.
You've also done it with Chinese 5 spice.
Oh yes, I have done that.
And chocolate chips or like cocoa. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Cocoa powder?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the hardest part of the entire
Don't
thing.
make me for this.
Okay. Kelly will do the play-by-play in the background. Okay, so you just want to roll it up halfway. It's okay if you mess up. It's okay if it's not pretty, just like that. And then you roll the other half towards you. Dun, 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 dun. This is my thinking face. Just kidding. And then you flip it over. Dun. Can you see my little log right there?
Ta-da.
So that the seam is facing the board. And then you get a parchment-lined cookie sheet. It's important to line it with parchment or tinfoil, whatever you have on hand, because when the cookies actually caramelize, if you let them cool too long, then they'll stick to the pan, and it's easier to clean if you just wrap it up.
Yes.
And then you cut it.
Sharp knife.
Yes, is that, yeah.
Well, I guess is that
Versus a butter knife?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, we all make these a lot, so I'm excited to
Not serrated or
serrated.
or serrated.
I like to do
Tomato.
I like to do approximately a 1/2 inch thick slice, and then they yield heartier cookies. You can also do them thinner if you just want to yield more. But the thicker you cut them, the longer it takes to cook. Just a rule of thumb.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. And then you take the cookies and you put them on the cookie sheet. They don't puff up too much, so you don't have to worry about spacing them out like in approximate.
Dramatically,
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. You know when cookie recipes say that, like space them out an inch
2
apart.
to 3 inches.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exhausting. Nope, no rules like that. Just leave room for them to grow, but it won't be too much. But this is a high oven, about 400 degrees traditionally, and it only takes about 12 minutes until they're golden brown and crispy and no longer appear gooey in the center. But however you like it. One of my boys likes them a little softer, gooier, and the other one likes them extra crispy.
Okay.
So, wait, another really fast fun tip. Okay, there's cinnamon and sugar left on your board between the cutting and sprinkling, all of that good stuff. Scoop it up into your hand and then finish it on top. Put it on the rest of the cookies. Nothing goes to waste. I'm going to put these in the oven. Kelly is going to tell you what are some of your favorite things about them.
Sure. Well, as Kayla mentioned in the beginning, they're great hostess gifts or get well gifts. I always have puff pastry in my freezer and one thawing in the fridge as well to make them at all time. They're great to bust out and you look like the hero. They're 3 ingredients. Oh, and by the magic of...
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Caitlin, they're so pretty.
Thank you.
I have to say, the more that you make them, I make them a ton, the less you'll need this video or a recipe, and also you'll know what you can get away with in terms of how many you can fit on a piece of paper, how long you bake them,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Caitlin said about an inch apart. You yielded about 18.
Yeah.
I can get 22 out of them. I know that because there's 22 kids in my girls' class.
Boom.
If I do both sleeves, both pieces of puff pastry, get 22 out of each, that each kid in the class can have 2 for birthdays.
Look at you go.
Mm.
Also,
Boom.
if you let them cool during the summertime, smear them, like have ice cream in the center, have them be ice cream sandwiches, or just some hearty, good whipped cream.
I've
Can't
been known
go
to give
wrong.
them to my kids for breakfast. There
That's
we go.
a parenting lifestyle tip.
Yay, let's leave before I give any more parenting tips.
Oh, good.
30 under 30, day
Cooking
2.
with Caitlin. Come back.
Thank you. Goodbye.